Thanks for staying tuned. And here is Around the World in 5 with Amarachi Ubani.
Algerian demonstrators are vowing to continue their protest despite President Abdelaziz Bouteflika's resignation. The protesters say they do not only want Mr. Bouteflika to go, but they want the whole system to change, in particular the government that was only appointed last weekend.
Jubilation fills the air in the Algerian capital, Algiers. President Abdelaziz Bouteflika gives in to the people's demand and resigns. Succumbing to 6 weeks of largely peaceful mass protest driven by youth and pressure from the powerful army against his 20-year rule. Car horns could be heard in the streets as hundreds celebrated the announcement, waving the national flag and singing celebratory songs. State TV showed a frail-looking Bouteflika dressed in a traditional winter robe handing his resignation letter to the head of a constitutional council. So what is next now that Bouteflika is out? According to the Constitution, the Senate Speaker is expected to take over as interim head of state until fresh elections are held. Many of those who have been protesting are young and say they want a new system of government. According to one protest leader, Mr. Bouteflika's decision to quit would not change anything, and the protest would still continue until there is a total change of the whole political system.
And in South Africa, the hashtag #AlexTotalShutdown has been trending in Johannesburg as community members of the Alexandra Township barricaded roads with burning tires and rocks. The protesters demanded better public service delivery and for foreign nationals from neighboring countries to stop erecting and occupying illegal structures. Brexit is still very much in the news. The head of the bloc's Executive European Commission, Jean-Claude Juncker, says the European Union will not transmission another short delay to Brexit if UK lawmakers fail to ratify the stalled divorce agreement by April 12. This comes as British Prime Minister Theresa May is expected to request an extension beyond the second Brexit date.
Prime Minister!
Can I say to the honourable gentleman...
Meanwhile, Mrs. Theresa May says there are several areas that she and Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn can agree on as they meet this week to discuss the Brexit deal. She listed a desire to protect jobs, to leave the European Union with a deal, and to end free movement for some of the areas of agreement.
What we want to do now is to find a way forward that can command the support of this House and deliver on Brexit, deliver on the result of the referendum, and ensure that people can continue to have trust in their politicians at doing what they ask us to do.
Malaysia's former Prime Minister Najib Razak has pleaded not guilty to all charges levelled against him in a financial scandal that has sent shockwaves around the world. He's on trial and faces 7 charges in the first of several criminal cases accusing him of pocketing $681 million from the Sovereign Wealth Fund, 1MDB. His lawyer says that the former leader would have a lot to say, were he to give his version of events. Health officials have launched a vaccination campaign in Mozambique's cyclone-hit port city of Beira in an effort to contain an outbreak of cholera. The UN Health Agency has shipped some 900,000 doses of oral cholera vaccine after Cyclone Idai flattened homes and unleashed widespread flooding last month. All the vaccine doses have arrived with the aim of immunizing nearly 1 million people over a 6-day campaign in 4 districts.
We know that the whole campaign is now planned for 6 days. So within these next 6 days, all the 900,000 people in total 4 districts should be reached. And again, we're starting today already with more than 500,000 in Beira. We're pretty confident that we'll reach the target.
And finally, fancy spending a night at the Louvre in Paris, France. This could become a reality for 2 guests who win a ticket to spend a night at the iconic museum, courtesy of Airbnb for its 10th anniversary and the Louvre's iconic pyramids 30th anniversary. The exclusive visit will include a tour by an art historian and the chance to clean glasses in front of the Mona Lisa and dine next to Venus de Milo. They will also attend an intimate concert in Napoleon III's chambers. And that's your international news around the world in 5. I am Amarachi Ubani.
And from around the world, we're going to the sports news with Ayotune Balogun.
Many thanks, Laddie. We're starting off with rescheduled games of the Nigeria Professional Football League, where Katsina United and Rangers International have played out a 1-1 draw. Eric Gwami had put Katsina United ahead in the 14th minute before the opponent level score for the 2016 champions. That's Pascal Saka scoring a late goal for Rangers International. Nasra United defeated Delta Force 4-1 to earn back-to-back victories. Wiki Tourists will face current champions Lobby Stars on Thursday at the Jos Stadium. Meanwhile, Katsina United is to pay a fine of 1 million naira and face possible relocation to another stadium for not allowing visiting teams access to train on their registered home ground for matches. The LMC, that's the league management company, announced the penalties after reviewing the complaints by 4 clubs which are prevented from gaining access to the Mohammed Diko Stadium. In the English Premier League, a new-look Chelsea cruised to a 3-0 victory over Brighton and Hove Albion, thanks to 3 excellent goals from Olivier Giroud, Eden Hazard and Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Manchester City returned to the top with a comfortable victory over Cardiff City at the Etihad. Song Heung-min scored Tottenham's first goal at their new £1 billion stadium as Mauricio Pochettino's side climbed to 3rd place with a victory over Crystal Palace. And that's a wrap on sports news. The news at 10 continues.
And the main news again, the Independent National Electoral Commission today declared the PDP candidate Nyesom Wike as winner of the River State governorship election. That's tonight's news at 10. Thanks for being with us. I am Ladi Akiri Duluale. Good night.